Yes, yes, I have a good reminder to turn it on. That what do you call it? Screencast keys. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna try and focus on this. So I'll probably not be chatting too much, but we'll see how the stream goes. Oh yeah, no worries. You're not bugging me. You're not bothering me by asking. I'm always I don't know. I just sometimes it's hard to do this and talk. That's all. But yeah, I mean, for the most part here, I kind of did figure it out. I mean, like yeah, I know I was struggling with that prison wall thing, but that's kind of like a minor thing. I'll probably touch that up a bit later, or I'll just I don't know. I guess maybe I could. Honestly, I don't know. Like I did figure this out on these other assets, like on the rails and stuff, but it's been a while since I've done it, so kind of have to re-examine what I did here. So like, if I remember it right, it should work. I mean, I don't know. Let's see here. Oh right, I turned off my snap. Like that works, right? Like that to me works fine, right? So I guess looking at the origin point, it was kind of a bit off center, something like that. So I'll probably have to re uh, re-examine this wall or the what do you call these? I'm making these and I don't even know the name of them. This prison wall thing. So like my idea is, oh, I'll just take a look at it right now. My idea is, yeah, okay, there we go. I figured it out. You just have to move the origin point a bit back. And so with that in mind, now when I duplicate it, it should, okay, it snaps, that's good. And when I rotate, it should line up just neatly. So, so yeah, that's pretty much all I did, just to reiterate the steps in case anyone's wondering that. So I'll just fuck up the origin again. Just put it back to the middle. So I'll just snap that proper to my grid. Okay. So instead of going Shift D, which duplicates, if I change one, it doesn't affect the other, and that applies to the origin point as well. But what I do is instance. I go Alt D. I bring it over, and then I'll rotate. You know, just to okay. Now it's it bugs me. I don't like it. I will go back to either piece. I like to go back to the origin piece. Highlight everything, and then I have my grid snap on. So as you can see, as I'm selecting everything and moving it, I'm essentially changing where that origin point is. I guess the alternative method would be to go options, origins, and adjust it that way. Right, but I just like to grab the whole thing. And I turn my grid snap back on because I like to like I don't know, I just like to keep everything grid on the grid because if it isn't, it really just it really just bugs me. And then it depends on how how close I want it to be and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, it looks good enough to me. So yeah, Oh yeah, grid snap is essential in my opinion. Well, if you're doing like modular assets, it helps to make everything on the grid. And why would that be? Because if you want to build a if you want to build out like a prison cell or something, then it just makes it easier if things are on the grid. Because if they're not, then it's, I don't know, difficult. But what I can do is, so I'll just quickly fix this and then go back to what I was doing before. Yeah, I guess I could just do the same thing here. So like a prison door, I'll just move that over. Oh, I know why that's, I'll just move that over. So again, we'll get this prison door duplicated out. I like to, so like there's, I don't know what you'd call it, like macro and micro grid. So like in top view it goes like micro grid, which I find nice, but when it comes to testing the modular stuff, I like to just use the macro grid because I feel like it snaps better. So again, okay, I mess it up, not mess up, but not exactly how I want it to be. So I'll select everything. I'll probably select the door as well. Yeah, might as well just test it. And because it's instanced, it changes both meshes, and then I just line it up as I need to. And hopefully that didn't mess everything up. No, it looks good. So now I can macro tune, micro tune. Yeah, I guess that's a better way of saying it. So now I can take, I'll just redo it because it makes sense to show it as is. So okay, it's lined up. So let's make a quick prison cell. I don't know why I struggled with the word. I'll do it this way, and I'll bring it over here. Or I'll just rotate it this way. So yeah, okay, it looks good to me. Then I'll just bring the door over. And before you know it, we can jail people now. Which is well, not really. I guess it's kind of messed up, but whatever. I mean, it'll. It's not really something I'm too focused on right now. I don't know. Maybe the length of this is not the same. Okay, yeah, that's why. So what I'll do is something like that. I like how I tried to show an example and then I already already messed it up. So yeah, let me just redo this. So I'll do this, rotate by 90, and then I will take this, rotate by 90. And then I guess I take this, and rotate by 90. So I think that lines up. Yeah, that lines up good to me. So it's backwards, but you know, that's okay. I mean, it's yeah, okay, I got an idea. Actually, no, I have a better idea. This prison cell is very... Yeah, it's good enough. It works. I mean, in theory, it works, but I have an idea. I'll just rotate all of this. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. And there you go. We have a functional, almost functional. I'll just snap that origin over there. Yeah, it looks good enough to me. All the sides aren't clipping. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then you can just rotate the whole thing as you see fit. Yeah, works. Have you thought about assigning a blank plane to a vertex group for your origin point? No, I have not. I'll just be real with you. I have not thought about that. Yeah, no worries, no worries on it. No, you're not backseating. I mean, but your OCD matches my. I feel you on that. No, I don't. Backseating to me is like when you're screaming to like use this to do this to do. Like I just see you as like just asking random questions, which completely fine by me. And continue working on what you were. I guess this is a pack for selling online, or are you making a game? Truth be told, this is a pack to sell online. Like it kind of goes hand in hand with my first. Oh, it doesn't go hand in hand, but yeah, it's a pack that I intend to sell online. And as you can see, this is the very first asset pack that I did. That was doesn't look exactly. I don't know why it's. Yeah, anyway, this was the first asset pack I did, so instead of doing like a nature themed pack, I decided to try and do a dungeon themed pack. And so yeah. But I mean, yeah, it is intended for game development. Like I do try to optimize and clean up these models as best I can. I wouldn't say what platform they're for because that's more like on the actual developers. I just try to make them like low poly. I try to make them low poly, or in this case, they were referencing like minimal textures. So like I learned how to use like texture atlases. But yeah, like now that I've learned a few more techniques under my belt now, so I intend to make a dungeon themed asset pack. And yeah, you gotta bear with me here. Like I'm not really like I'm figuring things out as I go, to be honest. So just to give a brief example of what a dungeon themed asset pack would look like. Assuming no, I didn't turn it on. Yeah, so compare that to the flowers and stuff that I was doing compared to this. I'm like wondering why it looks so dark, but okay, whatever. Well, it's because it's dark because there's no lights down there. Are the textures UV mapped or Blender internal? Internal, that's a new word. Let me show you something. Are the textures UV mapped or Blender internal? I would say they're UV mapped, like painstakingly UV mapped. Let me see if I have it here. Yeah, UV editor. Yeah, so I used the trim sheet. Like, so I have stone, metal, wood. So I'll just take I'll take a pillar. Those are always good, fun to use. Yeah, you can kind of see like the, like, just look at this one. This is wood, which kind of a weird wooden pillar. And I can reference, the different trim sheets. So I'll just bring over the sheets. Easier to explain it this way. So like if I like this, yeah. Okay, so let's just take one of these pillars, right? So no, I hope you don't mind all the I don't know. Oh, yeah, okay, it's fine. Anyway, like I'm saying, so like this pillar is unwrapped, right? It's I don't know how to explain it, but like yeah, it's unwrapped. Like each face is individually unwrapped, And because they reference the same spot on these trim sheets, I can seamlessly switch the material. So I can reference it to stone or not. I can reference stone. No, I cannot. Maybe wood? Can I? Okay, I can map it to wood. I can map it to stone. Okay, I wasn't even doing stone. I was mapping it to the same thing. And like the idea being like each of these faces share the same spot, so images and UV unwrapping or Blender nodes. No, this is all like these are all hand painted textures. Yeah, so do you provide the texture maps with the asset pack, I'm assuming? Yeah, that's exactly how how I'm planning to do it. So if I look at that flower pack, I should have named it flower pack. That's a much better title. But yeah, I basically included the like the individual textures like that as like PNGs, I think I put them. And like the atlases for the different material. It's kind of scattered, I know, it's kind of unorganized, but yeah, they're basically just separate texture maps per like for the assets. So you get the models which are textured, and then you get the separate PNG texture maps that come with it. So you are familiar with Blender in game. Oh, that's dope. And you love dungeon crawlers. Okay, oh, that's awesome, man. I am, I'd say I have a growing appreciation for dungeon crawlers. I wasn't really into them before, but after spending a year doing this, I, kind of have a different appreciation for it. It's all good. Where are your packs available? In the pinned comment at the top, there's a link to my itch.io page. So I only have one pack up right now, but I intend to put this dungeon one, whenever it's done. And I think I made a mention about like audio stuff, so maybe after I'm done with this pack, I'll take a break from like 3D and focus back on like doing audio again, like music stuff. So hopefully I can put out maybe, I don't know, like video game music packs or something like that. So, but yeah, this is all like, nothing's really set in stone right now. I mean, the dungeon pack is like that I intend to do, but the audio stuff I'll have to think about and plan that out, how I'm gonna, I don't know, categorize stuff, because like at the moment I just make random music and I throw it into the Discord like as I'm working on it. So, and they have like weird titles like project number 100-A or something like that, but I might break them up into like moods or something, like spooky music, like suspenseful, but we'll see. I mean, it's knowing me, I'll probably not do that, but yeah, I just don't want to give out like promises that, like, I don't want to give out promises that I wouldn't keep, you know what I mean? But this dungeon stuff is fucking cool. Like that flower pack didn't have, it just had like one texture sheet or so, but this, I can't click on this. But this dungeon stuff is using like a diffuse texture, a rough map, and a normal map, so it's a little bit more bloated, I would say. Like, I understand it might be a bit bloated, like the end result of it, but honestly speaking, like, I really enjoy creating these maps, because like I can fine tune how shiny each stone, or like how bumpy things look, or how scratched up they look. Like it's really, I can't think of the right word, but it's really, maybe I'm just a control freak, if anything. Like it's like, just gives me that much more control, so I'm like, I like it that much more. But no, it's honestly, it's a really fun technique to play around with. I'm just gonna make, oh, I should have copied the, that's why my snap was all weird. But yeah, so let me just do it this way so I can see things better. So I'll reference these walls to be like that, and I will reference these floors to be like that. Oh, let me get rid of the ceiling. Maybe I'll have better, yeah, there we go. I was wondering why it was so dark. But yeah, the plan is, like, it's up to the end user to determine what textures get used for floors and walls and stuff. I mean, I personally feel like these little tiles work best for floors because if you put them on the walls, it kind of looks like a bathroom. But again, you know, it's up to the end user what they want to do. So the fact that you're making the packs modular, they would be great for procedural indie projects. No worries on the promises. I do enjoy your work. Thank you. That means a lot. And yeah, honestly, like the whole point of this modular stuff was to teach me how to do, like, because I wanted to create level layouts and stuff like that before, but, like, I had no idea, like, you know, like, okay, do I have to, like, block things out, or, you know, do I have to, like, how do I approach this? And then I learned about, like, modular, like, assets, and I was like, oh, really? So these guys just copy and paste, and, like, rotate by 90 and stuff like that. I'm like, that seems a lot easier in terms of, like, getting a demo build out, you know what I mean? And so to me, I was like, I feel like that was probably a lot easier to do, like, a level layout kind of thing. And that's what this demo scene is about. Like, it was just me playing around with the assets and, like, just coming up with, like, different ideas and you know, different room structures. Like, it's nothing concrete. It's just this quick demo layout just to test things out, you know. Okay, well, how does the scale of everything look? How does the, like, how does it all look together? You know what I mean? And yeah, it's cool stuff. But this first person camera thing, like, it really helps to, like, solidify, like, the look and feel of everything. Like, it's fine to look at it, you know, from, like, zoomed out or zoomed in, but something about, like, just walking around the actual layout is, like, really really helpful. And so yeah, like I was saying, like, with the let me get those textures again, the trim sheets. And, like, this is all new to me, right? Like, all this stuff I'm working on and learning is, like, really, like, I'm still just figuring it out as I go. Looks good. Maybe add a torch point light parented to the camera instead of removing the roof. Oh. Scale and detail looks really good, though. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, what do I have on my... I have, like, a spotlight, but it's kind of weak, to be honest. Maybe I'll just up the strength of that. That might help. I try to keep it dingy, or not too bright, but again, you know, everything's subject... What's the proper English word to say it? Everything is subject to change, right? So, no worries. Yeah, that's spotlights. Maybe I'll just make it a bit stronger or something. I mean, if it's too strong, it looks kind of odd to me. That's why I kind of like to keep it small and kind of like oh man, I didn't even isolate this. Yeah, it should be smoother now. Relatively smoother. But yeah, part of it is just like I like to see like I have a rotating sunlight kind of thing just to see how the shininess of the tiles and stuff like that, or just the general atmosphere. I'm like, if someone's actually making a game with this, then it should look and feel kind of like a dungeon, right? I mean, that's why I kept like the lights so like small and like, because I didn't want it to affect like the setting too much, right? And again, I'm not really a dungeon crawler guy, so like my idea of dungeon crawling is like you're in a dark place and you can't see in front of you. But you never know, maybe like maybe dungeon crawlers are like all washed out. Okay, that's way too much. But yeah. No, it's all good. I appreciate the advice, any sort of suggestions like that. And just for fun, I made a little pixel filter thing just to I don't know, just to get an idea of I don't know how it would look if it were like a PS1 game or something like that. I just like the pixelated style. It kind of cool in my opinion. Especially at like oh yeah, I can kind of show you like the A and B of it. So like I think it just I don't know, it's not really relevant to the pack or anything. Yeah, it looks kind of saturated or washed out, but that last change made better lighting for sure. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Like, I don't see it as like backseating or anything. It's only if you're like repeatedly spamming the chat. It's like, just do it this way, just do this. Just, it's like that to me is backseating. But a simple, like, oh, hey, have you considered this? I'm like, yeah, cool. Why not try it that way? But I appreciate that, you respect that, like, it's up to my artistic vision, if you can call it, but no, it's always nice to have like people's input on these things because like honestly, it's what's that saying? You kind of miss the forest for the trees if you just kind of do it all without getting input or feedback. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, but yeah, there's still a lot of tweaking to be done. Like on this pack, like these. I don't like how bumpy some of these textures are. They look a little bit too bumpy for my liking, but these things are like minor things to adjust. You know what I mean? Like it's not urgent or anything like that. And yeah, like I don't know. I'm trying to avoid scope creep too because I'm like as I look at that door, I'm like maybe I should do like a door frame or like a trim or something like that. But at the same time, I'm like, that's like to me this looks good enough, right? I mean, it's a dungeon, it's a door, it's a dungeon door, like, and they're kind of fit specifically for these pieces. So I know you said hand painted textures. What are you using to generate the roughness and normal maps? Oh, that's all done in I don't know why I forgot the name of the program. That's all done in Blender actually. So what I'll do is, just to give you an idea, so like to do there's a bit of a setup here I can just show you. So first of all I select my object, okay, go into paint, texture paint mode, texture, put on a new texture plane or whatever you call it, like material, go to my texture tab, and before I would just play around with these Blender settings. I have like a color palette just to make it a little bit easier to see. Before I would just do like that, right? Just use the default Blender palettes. But now I have learned to, I'll just go back to that. I've actually learned to make my own stencils. Which, again, just using Blender is, I think I have like, yeah, something like that. You just take a plane, you like mirror stuff, and you just make a black background, and then you paint it white, and that you save it as like a separate stencil. So like to do the texture painting, it's actually quite simple, right? Again, there's a lot of I play with the fall off a bit. I make it like sharper and then I reduce it a bit and kind of scratch it in there like that. And again, going to the texture, you can go rake and random to like randomize the look of it. So that's how I do the actual diffuse maps. And then to do the roughness maps, you can see I have it set to non-color. And again, same idea. I'll go in, well, roughness maps are a bit different. They use black and white values. So if I remember it right, and I can check with this material preview, it goes something like, let me just boost the strength so I can see it. And I'll put the fall off to constant so it's instantly, you can instantly see it. Yeah, it's better to see it that way. So with white, I think it reduces the shininess, and black, it makes it really shiny. If that makes sense. Or maybe I'll take off the texture too. Yeah. So yeah, if it's black, it does not reflect light. Or if it's white, it does not reflect. If it's black, it reflects the light. I'll just undo that because I don't want to undo all my progress. Yeah, black is low, white is peak, something like that. And then I do the same thing with a bump map. So I know it's a bit tedious, but like that's just the nature of it, right? So I'll do it for, yeah, like basically 1 map, 2 maps, 3 maps I'll do. Same idea, I'll like highlight a certain amount, go to texture paint, turn on the masking so it only affects the one thing. And then I just bake them down. So how do I bake it? This is what's called my source model. It's got all the bricks or whatever you, high poly. Let's call it the high poly, right? And so all I do is I take a plane and I match them so they're like overlapped like that. Then you go into cycles. I like to isolate it just so it doesn't get so laggy. And if you look at the top here, like it's kind of awkward to see, but I go high poly first, then I click low poly. And then from there, I'm in cycles. I go down to my bake settings and I can go, and this is the tricky part. So you have to highlight in your material, in the low poly material, right? So like high poly is a different material setting, low poly is a different material. You have to click your color, you have to click the map you want to bake to. So then I'll go diffuse and then I'll bake it into that one, then I'll go roughness, change it to roughness, bake it into that, and then I'll go to normal and then I'll bake it into that. So I was actually in the process of kind of doing that with a new one. There used to be a program free and open source called NJob that can generate roughness and normal maps. Not sure if it's still around. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. I've never heard of that, to be honest. Like, that's my very first time hearing about it, but honestly, I was planning on painting normal maps, but because I hand paint the color and the roughness maps, but the more I looked into it, I'm like, that's probably a bad idea because, like, first of all, how the hell do you paint a normal map, right? I mean, like, I don't think it would turn out very well. Because, oh, okay, yeah, I messed this up. I replaced the positions of these. But yeah, like as you can see, like a normal map has like that, the blue, the red, the green kind of stuff. So I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to paint that. So I just bake them, to be honest. From high poly, I have my color, rough, bump, and then I use my bump map as like the basis for the basis of the normal. Our computer vision, yeah, it's basically what it feels like. But it's cool. I mean, it preserves the detail, like, of the... I don't know exactly of what. I don't know, like, the bumping or, like, the lighting of it, but... But yeah, with these three combined, it's actually really cool to and kind of do like an A and B test here, right? You're like, so like if that's the high poly, right? Go back to the map here. So you can kind of see, okay, this is the high poly version, you know, it's not really the most optimized. But the shininess is there, the bumpiness is there. Now look at the plane for the low poly. Like, to me, I mean, maybe there's a few differences like that, but it pretty much looks the same. And then from there, just to make it so it's, I don't know, I like to deal with cubes instead of just flat planes, because it's just how I am, I guess, but... but yeah, if you compare the, we compare these two, right? The high poly bake to the, like, high poly on the left, low poly on the right. It pretty much looks the same, in my opinion. I mean, and so, like, with that in mind, like, it just helps me optimize, like, the models that much better, right? So, but again, like I said, it's a relatively new thing I've been learning to do, so I'm not really the most experienced in all this, but it's kind of learning as I go. I'll see if I can get the link and post it in the Discord. Oh, you joined the Discord, eh? Oh, right on. Oh, welcome to the Discord. Yeah, unless you're using displacement, which you wouldn't for low poly, the bake isn't going to be very different. Yeah, at first I was trying to do like displacement maps in the low poly, but I'm like, you know what? I feel like that's good enough to just have color, diffuse, or rough and like bump, or you know, like the normal map, roughness map, diffuse map, because again, I'm trying to think of this as like, well, I mean, I guess, again, it's up to the end user, but I try to think of it as like an N64 game, or like, you know, like a PlayStation 1 type of game. I'm like, maybe they use displacement maps, but I don't know. I like to just stick to like flat, clean geometry. You know what I mean? Well, I was like, what is that? That's a ladder. I just like to stick to like keeping it as simple as I can kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that just works better in a game environment. And honestly, like to the end user, if it looks shiny, if it looks pretty, then I feel like that's well, let me put it this way. In a game, I guess because I grew up with like, you know, like Super Nintendo and like N64, I would much rather have a game with low poly graphics with, okay, maybe the textures are a bit blurry, but if the game runs great, I'd much rather have a game that just runs smooth and relatively bug free. I mean, you know, maybe some of those bugs are features, right? I mean, but I'm not too picky about like, you know, how high poly or how like ultra realistic some graphics are. I personally kind of like the stylized look of like retro games. Yeah, dude, low poly graphics, quality gameplay mechanics, and game loops. I feel like that is what makes a good game. Don't get me wrong, like I still appreciate the progression games have made, especially in the graphics department. Like it's incredible, you know, especially when you grow up with those leaps in technology from like N64, PS1, PS2. It's like, damn. But nowadays, again, like, I mean, to each their own, right? I mean, if people really just care about, you know, ultra real graphics, then yeah, more power to them. But me personally, I just want a fun game to play, even though I don't play games that much these days. Oh shit, that's right. Zelda Ocarina fucking randomizers. I gotta try those sometime. I remember I used to watch a few streams back, like maybe a year ago or something, when they were like popping off. It was like Ocarina and Majora's Mask, and I'm like, damn, that looks like fun. I gotta try that. Then I ended up doing this project, and we're here. But yeah, no, I honestly I like that kind of stuff. Like randomizers are like a relatively new thing. Like at least to me they are. So I don't know. I've always wanted to try like an Ocarina randomizer because I mean let's be real. I mean I feel like if I played the game start to finish, I would probably know most of where all the secrets and the all the dungeon keys and stuff like that are. So it's not really anything new to me. But dog, I saw like some of those randomizers. It's like, yo, they fucking go through the door and you end up like in a different temple or something like that, and like there's a whole logic to it. Like it's not just random, okay, you're screwed now. It's like there's a logic, like a flow of logic to it. I'm like, that's really cool. No, I definitely got to try out some of those randomizers sometime, like for sure. Yeah, okay, make sure I'm in Eevee, so I'll just reference. So now I'll make a I'll just make a duplicate of this. The one thing I've noticed about this pack I've been working on is like it's a lot of what's the word for it? Like renaming things and organizing like files and stuff. Like it's I don't know what you'd call it, like administrative work. And like the whole reason I took up doing this was because I wanted to get away from administrative work and like and here I am doing more of that type of work. It's a testament to say that graphics don't matter as long as they're good. But the mechanics, gameplay loops keep you tied in. Legit. If the game looks like crap, I'm okay with that. But if it plays like really well and really fun gameplay loop, then yeah, I'll play that for hours. I have to head out for the night for work tomorrow, but thanks for the conversation. We'll tune in when I can. Hierarchy is a huge part. I'm a project manager at my job, so I get that. Yeah, legit. But no, hey, have a good one, man. I appreciate it. It's always nice to to meet fellow I don't know enthusiasts in this kind of hobby or other retro gamers and stuff like that. It's always nice to meet other people. So have a good one. I'll see you when I see you. But yeah, damn, like took on this project to get away from administrative work, and here I am just doing more administrative work. Yeah, legit. Once you're your own boss, you have to do it all. That's one thing I was not anticipating. I'm like, oh, it'll be easy. I can do 3D for hours. It's like, okay, well, can you rename files for hours? Because of like, yeah. No, I'll let you go. I'm not gonna drag this out too long. But yeah, it's a harsh reality that I've been learning. It's like, but I enjoy it. It's fun. I enjoyed this kind of stuff. To an extent, like I'll be real with you guys. To an extent, I'm not gonna say I love renaming files and being fucking crazy like that, but hey, someone's got to do it though, right? Ah, crap. Okay, how do I want to do this? Oh, I'm gonna cut the mic because yeah. Have a good one, man. I don't know if you're still here or not, but yeah, have fun at work tomorrow, and I'll see you when I see you.